Boy is being sued by a woman who he hired. I guess she says she was hired for $500 a week to be his blunt roller and personal assistant. I guess they claim that she was hired for her blunt rolling abilities, but it's a sexual assault lawsuit that alleges a lot of really awful stuff. It's a rough case, and she is still testifying. She started testifying last week, and she testified today. Again, the cross-examination began today, and she's going to be back for more cross from Soulja Boy's lawyer tomorrow. But the defense on this is that this is consensual, that, she liked him, and now, she's kind of, she's making up stories about him to try to, try to get money from him. But the testimony has been all about, what went on when she was his assistant, and all these different things that she says happened. But it's a tough case. Like Hillel, the Courthouse News Service reporter, has seen a lot more of it than me. I just kind of saw the tail end of her direct exam today, and going to see more of her cross tomorrow. But I guess her lawyer actually is the same lawyer who represents Megan Thee Stallion's former photographer, Emilio Garcia, is representing the woman suing Soulja Boy. And he is going to call Soulja Boy as a witness, an adverse witness. Probably it might not be tomorrow. It might not be until Wednesday, but he's going to call him. So how's it going in there, Soulja Boy? Oh yeah, those are his lawyers. But they have a lot of text messages that they've gone over between her and him, and a lot of her text messages. And actually, what was interesting today was the judge actually apologized to the jury for, and it didn't make...
How's it going in there, you think? You gonna testify?
It didn't make her lawyers look good, because they were reading his text messages aloud, and apparently they started reading them in like a voice or something. And the judge just said they were reading it in an accent. But the defense objected, and he sustained the objection, the judge did. But then today, when the jury came in, he actually brought it up again and apologized to the jury and said it was inappropriate on the court's part. Like made the court look inappropriate to have a lawyer doing that. And he just emphasized that he, as the judge, should have stepped in sooner to stop it. And I don't know, it didn't make her lawyers look good, but I don't think it's like a clear advantage one way or the other. And I didn't actually hear the voice that the plaintiff's lawyer was reading the text messages and reading Soulja Boy's text messages in. But that happened last week. But here he is going into court. It's a really low budget trial. I mean, it's me and Hillel in the audience.
Boy. How's it going in there, you think? You gonna testify?
Of course he's not. But yes. So they don't think it's going to be over for a while. Probably not until April 2nd, next week. I'm definitely going to be there tomorrow for more of her testimony and his testimony too, Tuesday or Wednesday. But I'm not sure how much longer I'll be around after that. But I am interested to see what the verdict is going to be on this. I mean, I couldn't tell you either way. The jury is definitely like a cross section of people. There are some like older men on there, that like older white men, that I'm just like, this has got to be like a completely bizarre testimony for them to be hearing. Like, but then there's, younger women on the jury, that kind of thing. There's kind of a whole mix of them there. So yes. But here. There we go. This is Soulja Boy and this is his legal team leaving.
We'll be done tomorrow. Okay, good. So maybe a few more hours.
How's it going in there, Soulja Boy?
But yeah, again, he is being sued for sexual assault in a civil lawsuit. There's no criminal charges involved. He's not looking at any kind of jail time, but Soulja Boy is looking at potentially a lot of damages here. They haven't made a damages request. We'll probably hear that in closing argument, but this could be potentially millions and millions of dollars here. And it's just a bad situation with a woman that no dispute she used to work for him. And she's suing under Jane Doe. We don't have her full name isn't out there, but she worked for Lil Twist. She'd worked for other rappers before she got in with Soulja Boy, and he hired her as an assistant. But let me pull up one of Hillel's stories. He's been there again. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I was just out in court in Santa Monica today. I took the E line actually out from downtown and spent the day in Mark Epstein's courtroom. I'll probably be there tomorrow and Wednesday too. He's great. He lets us use our laptops in court, so can't go wrong with that, Judge. But Hillel was there last week and wrote some more stories than I did. Again, I was out in Santa Monica today for Soulja Boy's trial. Soulja Boy is on trial being sued for sexual assault by a former employee who is just going by Jane Doe here. But this is my friend Hillel's story. So Soulja Boy's real name is DeAndre Cortez Way, and she says she was hired as a personal assistant. She held the job for 2 years, but she was subject to numerous instances of physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. She was promised $500 a week for working 20 hours per day, 7 days a week. Even as a romantic relationship developed between the two of them, he says he kicked her, punched her, spat on her. The complaint also claims he raped her. Like, there was a lot of the testimony on that was pretty tough. But like I said, she's still on the stand. She was on the stand today for all day. She was the witness. The cross-exam started after lunch. It started at the trial started at 10:30 and goes to like noon, and then they were back at like 1:45, and cross started then and went for until 4:30 or so. It's really slow going. Like it's definitely like a low rent trial. The Santa Monica courthouse is not the most glamorous place, and the courtroom is one of these outside courtrooms. And it's just me and Hillel in the audience in the afternoon. But
how's it going in there, you think? You gonna testify?
So the plan is that her lawyers are going to call him as a witness, I guess maybe tomorrow or the day after that. So call him as an adverse witness to testify. But again, this is just a civil trial. It's not a criminal case. So he's not facing any threat of like jail time, prison time, anything like that. It'd be a big monetary damages fine if anything. That's like the worst case scenario for him. So it's not going to be over this week. It'll probably be over April 2nd. So we'll see what happens with